Hey people, Intrusiv here, 3v3, Techmarine Purification Plant, blue team. Broodwich as an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death alongside LunaticRed as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Rounding off this team, Dark-Archon is a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin-link shooter. Red team, oLev with a Daemonhunter, a melee spellcaster of strong support and control, alongside some Space Marines, DncDragon as a Techmarine starts off with a bolt gun, can support with structures and repair, looks like the Raven Guard elite scheme here, and rounding us off, Intrusiv as a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt and support. They are on the east side against the Eversor, looks like. Kommando versus Daemonhunter on the west side, and clashing in the mid is Sorcerer and Techmarine. Doom bolts. Some decent hits on those tacks there. Not sure where their Chaos Space Marines are. Oh, they were grabbing the VP. Sorcerer consumes a heretic so they can throw out Doom bolts again. There it is. A little bit hasty there. They spotted to consume, I think, DncDragon, so they were expecting one, started moving their tacks. Tactical Marines popping their Kraken bolts for extra damage versus heavy infantry, 20% more, which is what these CSM are. Trying to take some cover, but I don't actually think they're in cover there. Now they kind of are. It's a little tiny indicator when a unit's in cover. On the west side, Kommando pushes all the way through. Sluggers got busted up, but they got through. Did they take out Strike Squad, or did they just not get any? I don't see any Strike Squad models. That would have been a huge loss if they did. oLev looks like they're going straight into Purgation and putting gens up and stuff. Doom bolts. That was a really good hit. That messed up those tacks. Lucky not to drop a model, perhaps. Those guys were worshipping Tzeentch in the back. Now they can steadily push through here. LunaticRed on the east side. Force Commander in amongst some Strat Squad. Strat Squad start off as a melee unit with some decent support. That's a good special though from the Force Commander. And we have Sniper Scouts from Intrusiv. Getting messed up by the Strike Squad though. Here comes the Eversor popping Psychon. Gets a good special. Psychon increases the damage of the Eversor and their damage resistance by 30%, but you spend health to activate it. I don't know if the Force Commander used Battle Cry there. They have full energy. On the west side again, some Daka. Big shooters in for the shooter boys, and the knob leader on the way for those shooter boys too. Other fellas back at base, yes they are. There's the Rift Tear from the Daemonhunter to slow those fellas down. Oh wow. Those sluggers got wrecked. Was that Cleansing Flame? I don't think Cleansing Flame is meant to do damage. I think it's meant to slow and silence. I believe that's fixed. The 2991 is out now. It's a small update. Some balance changes and a few fixes in there. But of course, well worth grabbing. I'll be moving over to it once I get some replays and stuff. In the mid, CSM with no upgrades. LunaticRed got some more heretics. Operatives on the way now for oLev. Purgation doing a huge amount of work already. And they're on the gen. Heretics coming in to have a word. These heretics are getting messed up by something. Oh, a single Tactical Marine is shooting them. DncDragon didn't actually target those heretics. They probably would have died if they did. The attacks were just idly shooting at them. Another good Doom Bolt, but they do not drop a model. Double shooters fully upgraded here. Lots of DPS in tier 1. East side, Eversor runs. Can the Force Commander get something going here now and push through? Looks like they were pinned back for a while. They have double Sniper Scouts and Devastators. So a lot of shootiness. Force Commander flees. Maybe could have backed off into the heavy bolter firing arc, but maybe they were worried about the burst damage that these Stormtroopers can do with those hotshot las guns they have. Trying to take the contested power which has been noded. Is it worth pushing up to the enemy natural there and setting up your devs maybe? Here's the operatives. They already have their fallback plan. They know how to escape. There we go. Dropping a flash grenade as they do so. Chucked in their, what would they call it? Incendiary grenade? Yeah. Yes, it is. Just an incendiary grenade. I was going to say burner bomb, but that's an Orky thing. Double tax up here for DncDragon. And shotguns on the scouts and the sergeant. So these guys can chuck a grenade. It's bad for the heretics to approach here, I think, because of that shotgun blast. But there's more coming in. Heretics just getting shredded by the shotguns and now the bolter fire. Doom blast on the scouts there. Heretics might wipe. They are indeed going to wipe. CSM getting in their face. Weird fight there from LunaticRed. I don't know why they pursued that fight. They were outnumbered and outgunned. Kind of just tried stuff anyway. Ouch. Incendiary grenade into a regular grenade. Got an impact grenade from the stormtroopers there. Quite nasty. There's a stun bomb. Hits the purgation nicely, but I think they can just brute force their way through this, the red team. Kommando Knob can get focused down. He runs away. And they can get onto this power again. Looks like they got that one gen down being repaired. Oh, Sigil of the Rift. Gets the heretics in there. Suppressing the double tax with the Doom Blast. Sigil of the Rift is so useful. Heretics able to get away. I mean, a nice idea there by LunaticRed, but you needed a bit more. Maybe it would have been worth staying back, waiting for the Orks. Here they are. Burners on the sluggers. There's that impact grenade again. But it's so much darker. Big old retreat. But it couldn't quite get that gen down for the second time. You have some Marker Zinch Chaos Space Marines though for LunaticRed. They went for a pretty light tier 1. And now they have fully upgraded Chaos Space Marines there with Marker Zinch. Demonic Plasma Gun, all that good stuff. Stern Guard veterans on the field. They don't seem to look super different, do they? Oh, they do. I expect like gold heraldry and stuff when there's Stern Guard, but these guys, they have the beaky helmets though, eh? Popping their, well, using their Kraken bolts, these guys can change their ammo to combat all targets using Kraken bolts against those CSM. Nasty grenade. LunaticRed, are they not paying attention to these guys? They're getting shredded. Okay, now they're retreating. They're going to wipe though, I think. They do wipe. That was very sloppy from LunaticRed. I'm not sure what they were. Oh, they've split. Look. They're on the east side reviving and helping out here. Did not pay attention to those CSM and now they are wiped. Fully upgraded as well. Broodwich with rhinos on the way. LunaticRed with more heretics. Scouts wiped. Scouts indeed did wipe. There's some Zinchian worship allowing the Sorcerer to close the distance here. Crack. And another. Couldn't quite get another one. Crusaders here. These guys are unique to the Daemonhunter, gaining strength as they drop models. You see those rings that they have. They only dropped one, I think. Oh, they dropped another. And another. In retreat. I think they're going to be alright. 316 to 465 on the VPs. Blue team should be able to grab the west side back. Although Daemonhunter is here with a few tricks. On the east side, Rhino is in with a heavy bolter turret on the back. Lots of anti-infantry damage then. ASM are going after it. And they're getting thunder and lightning for a melter bomb to chuck on it. What was that? Oh, that was the neurotoxin. And then the Eversor assassin dies. And explodes. Well, he falls over anyway. Are you guys getting missile launchers or las cannons? Nope. This thing can just hang out here and do a bunch of DPS. Although it was shooting at the one model that had tons of cover there for some reason. Scouts are going to be alright, I think. 284 to 465 on the VPs. Blue team will get the west side locked in. And we have a war truck in the field for Dark-Archon, providing reinforcement to these units, much like the Rhino will do on the east side. Oh, Purgation now have a Psy Cannon. Good damage to all targets. And they almost got the war truck down. Is that because of rites of exorcism? It is. Banishing Cloak in. Slows the vehicle down and causes it to take more damage, I believe. Sluggers, oh, they just lost their knob leader there. Gonna have to repurchase that fella. War truck, I think, is gonna be alright. Although Melter Gun's on the way, needs to be careful. 275 to 458 on the VPs. East side is turning red. Doesn't look like they want to push through though. Plasma Cannon trying to set up for Intrusiv. Dreadnought on the field for DncDragon. Looks like it's heading west. What was that? What did you do, Kommando? I don't know. Why were those guys knocked over there? Maybe it was an impact grenade that hit them. Rhino has leveled... No, it hasn't leveled up. Something inside of it must have leveled up. These guys are not facing the correct direction. There's a Dark Flames. LunaticRed, who only has 2 heretics on the field right now. Weird Boy coming up for Dark-Archon. Plasma Cannon hits an object and not the Rhino. Heretics doing some decent work from the flank. Maybe a few of them alive. I don't think they should have used the Doom Blast there, or maybe. I mean, it would have been. It's pretty close to getting a model off them. Might set up a wipe. It might set up a wipe. Well, there you go. What do I know? I think that I'm not sure if they would have got that wipe if it wasn't for that Doom Blast hitting those models there. Heretics coming in for some repairs, and they can reinforce off the Rhino, of course. West side, big push by the red team. Down goes the War Truck. Dreadnought is in its default melee state, waiting for the Sluggers to move in. Why would you charge in there with the Dreadnought hanging out? Down go the Sluggers. No, none of them survived. One of them was far enough away. Got plasma guns on the Stormtroopers and their Acolyte leaders. What was that? Oh, was that Inferno? That was an AoE knockback and damage. It's a power weapon as well. And there's that Rift Tear again. They bash the power and they are decapping. Sternguard have their Hellfire rounds loaded in. Back to the east side. Eversor charging through. And there's that neurotoxin from the pistol. Trying to get those... Trying to wipe those assault squad, maybe? Strike squad have their Justicar and, of course, their Book of Things. The Tomes of Titan. Trying to bash power now. 232, 442. This Rhino's been awesome. And Intrusiv really has done very little to counter it. Oh, now they have a las cannon. Okay. I take that back. They have a melter bomb as well. No war gear for the Force Commander. Heretics getting some capping done. LunaticRed has just gone tier 3. Some repairs for the Dreadnought. Did get a chunk of XP messing up those Sluggers. Oh, Heretics couldn't finish the cap. Those guys threatening an incendiary grenade maybe. Looks like they broke their retreat, which gives them health regen, right? I think so. That's what those hexagons you saw were. Tank busters are up, punting the Dreadnought, which is backed off. Techmarine very low. Don't walk it forward. Oh, they're walking it forward. It's a mistake, I think. You're getting dragged into a mistake. They're just going to back off and shoot, back off and shoot. That's how you get your Dreadnoughts killed. Down to half health. The DncDragon right now, I think, should get some Assault Marines. You could jump that entire blob of stuff and then walk your Dreadnought in. Good DPS from the Sternguard using their Hellfire rounds. Might want to target those tank busters. Are they in melee mode now? They might be trying to melee the tank busters. Meanwhile, what is this? There's Inferno. Big boom. Pretty good knockback strength, actually. Got the decap and gets away. Meanwhile, looks like we have the demon armor up. Oh, we've Sigil of Rift we saw already. I don't know if they've used it again. Here comes a Chaos Predator tank for LunaticRed. Maybe they could use Sigil of the Rift to get the tank busters in like behind the Dreadnought, or help them chase it or something. You're not going to finish this cat, bud? Must have really murdered the Sorcerer, I suppose. Vortimer Razorback on the way for Broodwich. Rhino still doing fantastic work. Level 3 now. Haven't been able to deal with it. They lost their las cannon along the way, which I'm sure didn't help. Maybe the Sorcerer had a hand in that with their Sigil of the Rift, actually. Assault cannon in for the Dreadnought. Powerful anti-infantry ranged weapon with a fantastic barrage ability. Looks like he's taken out some shooter boys at the moment. Tank Buster Barrage. I think it hit a little bit. There's a Sigil of the Rift to get their heretics in there, maybe. And then they ran the wrong direction. That was weird. Well, here is a Chaos Predator. Does it have Mark of Pawn? It does. Buffs all the weapons, gives it a bit more speed as well. Good push though. Crusader's doing some work there. And red team are on the VP. Heretics could barrage them off it, maybe. Maybe they're waiting for the cap to almost be done. Need to hurry up though. Where's your barrage, fellas? Looks like... oh wow. Those tacks almost whacked. They are getting a missile launcher on the way. Daemonhunter finishes the cap. Melter Gun Techmarine goes hunting for that tank. Blue team have pushed through though and have the natural victory point of the red team. So something needs to come over and help out Intrusiv here. Las cannon. Oh hey, with Psychic Assailment on it. A buff from oLev's Daemonhunter, boosting their range and their damage. Is it in range for a shot? It is. That was pretty cool. Did that hit the Eversor there? Did he take a las cannon to the neck and then blew up? Gonna be tough to revive them from there as well. oLev still got a conversion beamer. Getting some good shots on that tank. I guess they lost their other Purgation, eh? Completely missed that. Tank Busters working on that Dreadnought. It's level 2 and some really good repair support, of course. There's 2 scouts and the Techmarine. No, there's 1 scout. Scouts now off the field. Can they finish off the tank? Nope. Techmarine is trying to get it with the melter gun and took an autocannon round to the head. Both heroes down over here. Eversor and the Force Commander. There is the Vortimer. Fast attack vehicle, good damage to all targets. And as I said, I think it's 7.5 speed. It zips around, that thing. Scouts trying to take back their natural VP. Everyone in tier 3 aside from oLev. 205 to 329. Nobody can grab the west side at the moment. These guys looking for a melter. There we go. Daemonhunter pushing through, leading the charge, taking a bunch of Daka and runs away. Conversion beamer still getting shots in, using the electro pulse to increase the snare. And there's Psychic Assailment again. Did it go down? It did go down, it just disappeared afterwards, the wreck of it. 205 to 309. 2 to 1 for blue. Red team have taken the west side, but they need to help out over here. Orbital. Oh, catching stuffing retreat path, eh? That's from Broodwich. It was a good one. Some good hits. Almost wiped a bunch of stuff. In fact, these guys are probably going to wipe. They did. Missile launcher gets a shot there. Needs to be careful though. Needs to reinforce. There you go. Okay, here comes DncDragon with Vengeance rounds loaded in, missile launcher and a melter gun. Can they get one of these vehicles down? Eversor's upset with this. Comes charging in with a Neuro Gauntlet. Down goes the Rhino, that was. We had marked target on it, so it didn't last long. Eversor's chasing down the attacks. Almost wipes them. The Neuro Gauntlet is a vicious, vicious melee weapon. Huge DPS, especially to heavy infantry. Vortimer barely makes it out. Stone Guard couldn't get it done because Strike Squad were on them. Techmarine turns her attention over there. Good support. Good assist on the east side. Came a bit late maybe, but they probably wanted to secure the west side first. What is this? It's smoke. I don't know where it came from. Probably these fellas. These little operatives over here. Where's the Techmarine gone? Oh, he's there. Waiting for it to be clear before they revive, I suppose. There's Psychon. DncDragon has a tanker of their own, as you can see. Eversor now getting cybernetic enhancement. Not going to be in time for this fight, though. And Force Commander has indeed been revived. Oh, they're using hypermetabolism here to keep them alive, I think. One of their globals. West side, heavy hitters coming in. This is a great unpinned one from LunaticRed, and there's your battle wagon too. Looks like the blue team are getting the west side here. Crusaders running in. Frank Gilman's having some trouble. There you go, bud. You can do it. Battle wagon is chasing through with units inside. These days, I believe the guns fire all the time. Whether there's units inside or not. There's a big zap gun strike. I think that wiped the purgation. Yes, it did. Well played. Took a bunch of damage doing it, though. And DncDragon has a bunch of anti-vehicle. Can they finish it off? Maybe not. Another Vortimer for Broodwich on the field. Sorcerer taking some free shots. What's this? It's Intrusiv. Got some Vanguard veterans now. There's the jump. Eversor's not around to counter-initiate. Now they have this thing. More energy regen. Less cooldowns and rapid reflex, which is a bunch of health regen and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, heals the Eversor over time. You can stack that with hypermetabolism. Uh-oh. Nurgle Vomit into a Foot of Gork. How did you survive that, fellas? Level 3, I guess. Kommando got shot to death. Battle Wagon did indeed survive, now getting some repairs. Oh, they got double sluggers up. Triple sluggers. And more sluggers on the way. What is Dark-Archon up to? They can also nuke. Dreadnought, level 3, done some really good work. Double Vortimer's kind of asking to be flanked here. Vanguard veterans jumped in with a power fist, but they got messed up. Intrusiv needs units on the field. Oh, they lost their Vanguard veterans. I was going to say, I don't know why they spent resources to get Vanguard veterans when they could have got a unit up a bit sooner, maybe. They need help again over there. Having a rough time. Orbital going in. Double orbital, I think. When there's 2 Space Marine players, they wiped something. Not sure what exactly. Battle Wagon just casually reversing into the enemy for some reason. Cloud of flies from that distance is not helpful, Mr. Great Dunking one. Plasma Cannon on the way now for Intrusiv. Death Tread rolling over things. Crusaders now have their Acolyte Cloak. 55 DPS power melee eviscerator, eh? Gives them more damage resistance and makes Battle Frenzy even better. Which is fun. Battle Wagon's gonna be fine, I think. I don't know why they're doing the Rift Tear thing. They do have Tome of Tranquility though. Meanwhile, Sneaky Strike Squad tried to get through. Contested power is blue. Battle Wagon comes into base again. Are they getting vision for a Orks? I don't see see a Rocks. I do see another Vortimer Razorback. This time for oLev. Oh, Broodwich lost both of their Vortimers. There's the remains of one of them. I don't know how. Chainsword and Storm Shield there. Did double Plasma Devs take them out? Or was there an assist from DNC maybe? Whatever it was, I missed it. Like a dum-dum. Someone needs to be careful. 650 is quite fragile. Not a huge amount of hit points. Havocs with a las cannon getting some good shots in. And there's a tank, of course. Orbital again. Oh, they got the battle wagon. Is that going to wipe the shrine? No, I think it's too far away. Some decent hits. They got the tank down. Big old push from the red team, eh? That's a Zinchian shrine shooting out doom bolts. I don't know how it targets stuff. Does it just go for the closest enemy? Red team was getting shot to pieces here. Might get chased and taken out. Indeed it does. It lost health so quick. Excellent push from the red team. 178 to 82. Force commander's fallen over. Broodwich coming to support the west side now. Lamred Phobos on the way. There are 3 vehicles in the opposite team to deal with. Another battle wagon's coming. And that's a refractor field in for the Techmarine. 2-1 for red now. They have the momentum. Got some Grey Knight Terminators here for Broodwich, but they met a bunch of guns, didn't like it. Who's this? Sneaky scouts being sneaky. Got the decap. Didn't try to get the cap though, it seems. I think they could have. Eversor revived the Sorcerer. Bunch of heretics died. LunaticRed down to 2 units now. Doom bolts. Would have been very nasty if they didn't move there. Las cannon's in a decent spot. Vehicle's a bit too far away though. Eversor must flee. What level is that Eversor now? Level 9 this guy. Done some work, eh? oLev with double Vortimers. Not sure what Broodwich is saving for. It's a Vortimer. I thought maybe they were going to go Plasma Cannon Dread. But I guess not. More heretics died. Those are LunaticRed's heretics going down there. Level 4 Dreadnought? Hey, level 4 Dreadnought. More Vortimers everywhere. Broodwich pushes through onto the VP. Plasma gunning some tacks up. But that's going to be a problem if you want to try and cap, eh? Yeah, can't do much about that. You could try to approach it, split up. Oh, but there's another one here, look. Doesn't have vision on the strike squad, so can't shoot over there. Meanwhile, on the west side, Phobos and a battle wagon versus las cannon tank and a Vortimer. Onyx shield goes up to help facilitate the cap. Kommando has a rocket launcher. Doesn't seem like they're facing the right direction to shoot though automatically. Got the decap. Las cannon comes back in. Heretics are trying to repair stuff. Sigil of the Rift to get the Techmarine into trouble. Refractive field soaks up all the damage though. And they go for the cap. Battle wagon needs to be careful. Vortimer's pumping out some good damage. Look at that rocket launcher though. Las cannon got the shot as well. Almost took it out. Here's the second Vortimer for oLev. Kommando falls. They need that Kommando up. For that rocket launcher, they need it. Daemonhunter trying to apply some pressure here, create some space. That's a decent job. Maybe they were trying to go for some rites of exorcism, actually. Broodwich has pushed through onto the VP again. Grey Knight Terminators with their Psy Cannon. And there's that Vortimer. Oh hey, Land Raider Redeemer for DncDragon, and there's Assault Terminators for Intrusiv. Already took a bunch of damage. Looks like they want some lightning claws. They can't get bullied by the Eversor and his Grey Knight Terminators. 73-70. It's incredibly close. Did the Land Raider go west? Yep, Land Raider's going west. Provides reinforcement, retreat, and healing to nearby allies. That's an Imperial Abyss from LunaticRed. The Crusaders don't seem phased about it. I don't know if you're going to survive this fight. Oh, down goes the Phobos. They are going to survive the fight. I was talking about the Vortimer there, but it survived and got the kill. Well done, you. They're getting close to the Land Raider so they can reinforce and stuff. On the east side, Lightning Claw Terminators got kind of messed up, but down goes the Vortimer. Plasma Cannon gets a shot as well. I wonder if there was some friendly fire going on there. Mark target on the Terminators, but then they flee. It's a bad fight for these guys to take. They're just trying to stop them from capping, I think. Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire. The shooters in the back, I think they just yelled there. Nob Squad on capping duty. Just toughing it out with their health. They did get an impact grenade on their face there. Just bludgeoned the Daemonhunter to death. Are they going back on the cap? No, they're pushing. Getting suppressed by the Land Raider combined with the Dreadnought. Popping their frenzy. Held up here by Crusaders. They do have some fire support though. Looks like that Las Cannon is going to try and move up a bit. 34-70. There is an orbital coming in. From Broodwich, of course. Looks like it's mostly been dodged. Some scouts got hit. Pushed everything forward, but they are relatively safe. Down goes the Vortimer. 34-70, 1-to-1 cap. Don't see anyone going through the mid. Oh, maybe these guys are. Yep, some sneaky scouts and tanks going through the mid. Eversor gets away. Eversor does indeed get away. Level 8 Sorcerer, level 3 Kommando. Are they still down on this side? There they are. The revive. Red team are going to take west and maybe get at least a decap here. Look at that. Well played, Intrusiv. Oh hey, we have a Terminator Force Commander now. And those Lightning Claw Terminators wrecking stuff. They could have a real bad time if the Sorcerer gets Subjugate or something, but they don't have it. I think they should look into getting a Librarian if they can, Intrusiv. 12-70. Looks like the red team have done enough with a double cap, thanks to that decap from Intrusiv. And there it is. Red team get the victory. Level 9 Eversor for Broodwich. Kicked some serious ass. Level 8 Sorcerer. LunaticRed didn't seem too keen on preserving units a bunch, and they didn't purchase anything at the end. Tons of resources, not sure what was up with that. Commander level 3 down. Level 8 Daemonhunter, level 8 Techmarine, and a Terminator Force Commander who doesn't get levels. Just some fancy armor. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.